over again. That's the conditioning aspect of the human psyche. If you want to bring about a change in yourself or anyone else, right, you have to be receptive to your daydreams, and you have to ask when they occur. Look here, when they occur, precisely their moment of intrusion, and you'll see something interesting. Like at this time, all right? Now, let's take this scene and the one that came before it. Do you think in both of the cases, the one you just gave us, the one we had before, the one we had before, that it would inhibit someone's desires to try to go out and achieve something significant? Clearly in your case.
Well, it did.
Right, it did. See? Let's try the other one. How do you think that first case I had on the board might equally prevent, inhibit success in something significant and meaningful?
Well, I found out that I always felt that other people were having all the fun. I was never having any fun, those the other people. Then when I found out I went out with them, they told about all the fun they had, and I realized I'd be buying into a situation which wasn't true. I was having just as much fun as everybody else. I just bought into the...
You bought into the view that...
Yeah, I wasn't having...
That's right. Right. That's right. That's right. Or you couldn't admit to yourself, given this teaching, because otherwise that would be a rather curious doctrine. Let's see if we can make sense of it in a moment. Yes?
If they don't make movies like that anymore, why would I want to make a movie? Because it's guaranteed not to be a movie like that.
Greatness was always something in the past.
Yeah, it's in the past already,
and it's sealed, isn't it?
It's sealed, and why should I bother trying?
Since
it's already been done.
It's already been done.
Make movies like that.
That's right.
I bought into that too.
Therefore, when someone who might have that background is really trying to do something significant, it has to be something personally significant. It can't be just practical. Right? And the more ideal it is, the more this will come into existence. So to challenge this, brings it up. Let me try it again. Okay. When when this person then sitting with the mother, let's call her a boy or girl. Let's call her a girl. All right. Okay. Now, when this girl now grows up and she wants to achieve something, she has some significant goal, and it's important for her to achieve it. If this young lady's mind then works on this theme, then she's going to have to be able to reconcile two things. One, greatness is only in the past. That's what Mother said. Hey, I want to achieve something meaningful and significant. If I achieve something meaningful and significant and then bring it back to my mother, she's going to have to make a judgment about her basic and fundamental belief, isn't she? Mm-hmm. She's wrong. A way to avoid that, don't do it. Do it half. Leave something out. Don't succeed. Only give the appearance of success, and that's as much as you can have. Then it's consistent. If it's consistent, we can live with it. Very simple belief. Look at that, sitting watching TV, two people sitting. Anyone who took a film of it would say that's a very fine, wonderful scene. If they took a film of your father and you doing dishes together, in the kitchen working together, a nice convivial relationship, sharing a confidence, who could ever think that would be the basis for any kind of pathologos, sick idea?
We all know too many examples of brothers and sisters, and some become a roaring success and some become nobodies. And we also all know examples of people which we really think are very nice people who have children that are completely screwed up.
Yes.
And we all know people who think are screwed up who have very nice children.
Yes.
So
that's true. That's
I
what-
don't think there's a particular pattern.
That's, of course,
As far as that could-
I can understand that. Of course you don't. Yeah.
See, my sister was never around at any of these times because she was staying with my aunt and uncle at these times, so
No, no. She didn't get this teaching, she got a different one.
Well, I'm sorry, even if it's the same teaching, they don't turn out the same.
Watch, if I go further with you, okay? Watch now, okay? You see, if someone is successful in the arena in which they're in, then they have to have greater goals for this game to show itself. This is what we call the noblest game. Now, if a person is eminently successful in business and art, now if they want to take a look at their real fundamental beliefs, they need a more mature goal. And this is where it becomes most interesting: enlightenment. They need the goal of enlightenment. They need the goal of achieving wisdom. They now have to have transcendental goals, because that's the only thing then that's going to bring up the most basic and fundamental beliefs. When people sit, when people are in intense concentration, when people are in contemplative states, and they're struggling to break through, what they're struggling to break through are these feeling states that we've described here. And anyone who has broken through into this state, anyone who's broken through into this state, if you talk to them and if they're open to such discussions, the most interesting discussion would take this form. May I put a couple too?
Sure.
If you're such a person, we would say, good, now look here, is it likely that you had such a breakthrough?
Yes.
Good. What we're interested in is not so much you describing the breakthrough. We're interested in knowing whether you could talk about in as much detail as you can, maybe the 3 minutes before it took place. What happened?
I don't know, just something opened up.
Something opened up. See, for something to open up, that's right, something opened up. We're interested in knowing what was the key. What was it that opened up? What was the condition for the opening up? Because you had to give something up to open up.
That's right.
You have to give something up to open up.
That's right. I found out when I started practicing Zen, I had a lot of knowledge that was unnecessary. I had to give up an awful lot.
You had to give up your knowing role.
Yeah.
Oh, if you had to give up your knowing role, we would be very interested in knowing whether that knowing role had anything to do with appearing like someone we know.
Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah.
Then you gave up this as an idol,
Right.
as an ideal.
Right.
Then you could open up to this higher experience.
Right.
That's right. That's the way it plays itself out. And until you do, it binds you. So you found a way to break. Now the difficulty with all enlightenment games, however, is that there is often a way to have how to integrate it. And unless you discover what it was, part of it can still retain its force. Because part of what we're talking about has a counterattack. Right? Not see, these problems that occur in cycles, and they link themselves up with others of a like kind. And they're also capable of producing problems of a similar nature, so it's monadic. But apart from that, there's a great power to these pathologos. It has a powerful counterattack. It has a device, part of its being is to protect itself and maintain itself. And therefore, you see, after